Hello and welcome to today's video. Myself Devushri from Wanderlust Tapes and Obi. Some of you might already know us, and if you are landing in today's video looking at our Azerbaijan series, then you are just at the right place. Yes, you have got it right. Today we are going to cover A to Z of how you can plan your Azerbaijan trip. So let's start. In today's video, we are going to cover mostly 6 broad categories. So starting with your visa, how can you apply your visa, then coming to flight cost, and then a land package, how can you plan like hotel and food, then best time to visit Azerbaijan, and then a complete itinerary of like 4-5 days, and of course ending up with a total cost. Starting with visa, Azerbaijan has got a very easy and simple e-visa process for Indians. So there is a link, the link will be in the description box, I'll give it for you all. You can just click the link and the form is like very simple, it just takes 10-15 minutes. So just keep your passport, the first and last page of a photocopy of your passport. Keep it handy, keep passport size photographs that you can upload, and just have your bookings ready and the flight tickets to and fro. And it shouldn't take more than 15 minutes to apply the visa. It costs for around 2.5k per head and your visa is just done. Just remember to apply for a 30 days tourist visa because your plan shouldn't be like 7 to 10 days long, so it should be easily covered. And you just get your visa in like 3 to 4 working days. That's it. Number 2, coming to flight tickets. Well, you must have heard that from Delhi it has got a direct flight. Yes, 4.5 hours of direct flight from Delhi to Mumbai. It's available. There is Indigo Airlines and of course Azerbaijan Airlines as well from Delhi. And it usually costs like 30 to 35k per person depending on the time and season, of course, when you are booking. So this is pretty much for one person and round trip. We traveled in Indigo Airlines, which is like slightly cheaper than Azerbaijan Airlines, but it hardly matters because if you are expecting all international amenities, like it's there usually in the international flights, like the infotainments and all, that's not there in Azerbaijan Airlines as well. But yeah, at least food and drinks are covered, which is not there in Indigo. Since we were traveling from Kolkata, so Kolkata to Delhi, round trip for one person, you can imagine like another 10k on top of that. So yeah, depending on the season you are booking, and if you are booking prior, like let's say 3 to 4 months ahead of your travel date, you should be getting a good deal somewhere around 40 to 45k per head. Number 3, coming to your hotel booking, where you can stay and what to eat. Coming to that, so basically you can have plenty of options and you should always plan to stay somewhere close by Nizami Street. So just choose an option. There are plenty of hotels and good properties near Nizami Street. Even Airbnbs and apartments are there. We chose a hotel which was like 10 minutes walking from Nizami Street. Even Old City, JD Shahar, that's very close, like 10-12 minutes of walk and you just reach. Everything is close by. There are supermarkets, lots of cafes and restaurants, and you get to enjoy a great vibe. We stayed in City Park Hotel and that costed us somewhere around 6,000 to 7,000 per night. So it was a decent one, I would say. And it had very lavish breakfast, though yes, coming to that. So there is hardly any Indian option when it comes to the buffet spread of the complimentary breakfast that is served in the hotel. But there are a lot of options, veg, non-veg, all the options are available. And you can actually enjoy some Azerbaijani cuisine. So usually after having your breakfast, you will leave for the day and you will just explore in and around the Baku city. And most of the days you will be having like a full day trip, like 6 to 8 hours or sometime maybe 10 hours. So carry some food along with you so that lunch is not a compulsion and you can stay full. Coming to dinner, so there are a lot of options in Nizami Street as I just mentioned. We have explored a couple of fantastic cafes. I'll mention all the details in description box for you. But if you're looking for Indian or Pakistani food, there are plenty of options. I have again, suggested some of those in our earlier videos. You can check those episodes. Otherwise, I'll mention all of these here as well. But yeah, don't forget to taste local Azerbaijani cuisine, especially if you are a non-vegetarian. It's a paradise for you and you must try their a local tea like pomegranate tea or passion fruit tea and stuff like that. And usually for us, any dinner would cost like somewhere around 1.5k to 3.5k per night for two of us. Coming to number 4, when you should plan and visit Azerbaijan. Well, as we all know, Azerbaijan has literally been an all-round the year destination, but yeah, summer times are pretty hot, on the hotter side, because it's situated right beside Caspian Sea. So you can expect as warm as 30-35 degrees centigrade, so sometimes as hot as Kolkata. But otherwise winter, if you're looking for a winter destination, so it's all white, especially the mountains. Even Baku city is it's all white. You can plan a lot of skiing activities and snow activities. And of course, fall is probably the best time to go, like we did. So September, October is probably the best time because sometimes it starts snowing and you get to enjoy that as well. Otherwise, it's a fall and a very pleasant weather all around Azerbaijan. And also the good part is it's one of the shoulder seasons, so it's very less crowded. Coming to number 5, so it's how you can plan your 4 or 5 days of itinerary in Azerbaijan. Usually the day you start from India, the next day it's somewhere around midnight, because Baku, Azerbaijan is 1.5 hours behind India. So you land somewhere around 1 a.m.ish, and then you literally had to pay 1 extra night and book your hotel so that you can just crash down on your bed. So day 1, you get fresh after a good sleep, and then you can go and plan to explore in and around Baku city. So the first thing you go is Atashgah, the fire temple. Then Yanardagh, where the mountains are literally on fire. As we know, Azerbaijan is called land of fire, right? And then you can go straight to Gobustan and explore the era of Stone Age. And then after that, it's another unique geographical phenomenon. You can explore hundreds of mud volcanoes, and then on the way back to Baku city, don't forget to visit Bibi Hebat Mosque. Day 2, we headed straight to Gabala. It was a day trip from Baku, but if you have if you're planning for 7 to 10 days, you can definitely plan a stay as well in Gabala. It's a 4.5 hours drive from Baku city. Book a cab locally, there are plenty of options, but beware of scammers. So after exploring beautiful landscape, when you reach Gabala, it's an awesome place. There are these cable car rides that you can do. You can go on top of the hills, and if it's winter, you can just explore a winter wonderland. It's all white everywhere, and that really feels awesome. On the way back, if you're not staying, if you're coming back, then must visit Nuhur Lake. And also, if it's not a Monday, do visit Alpaca Farm as well. Alpaca Farm is closed on Monday. We were not knowing it, but we are giving you this insider hacks. Day 3, you must visit Shahdag. The journey is awesome. So by the Caspian Sea, along with Kuba village, seeing the Candy Mountains, the beautiful red mountains. When you reach Kuba, and then from Kuba to Shahdag, the road is amazing. It just feels out of the world. And when you reach Shahdag Mountain Resort, so there are a lot of snow activities and rides and stuff like that. So 2 things that we will definitely recommend. Number 1 is the roller coaster ride. That's awesome. That's a thrilling experience. You must do it. Another one, if you're not into adventures, but you just you want to enjoy the beauty, the nature that Shahdag Mountain has to offer, you must do this chairlift. So these 2 activities we did, the roller coaster, it was 2k for 2 persons, and chairlift was 1.8k for 2 persons. So it's almost around 4k, you can imagine, for the activities. And these 2 are our top recommendation. Rather than that, there are plenty of other options as well. You can do as per your choice. And of course, you can again stay here as well. If it's winter, you must stay at least a night in there. Now, if you are running short of your time and you are just thinking of either one day of just mountain experience, so maybe Gabala or Shahdag, and you're difficult, you're confused to choose between the 2, then we will definitely recommend you go ahead with Shahdag. That's an amazing experience altogether. day 4, if it's your last day of the whole stay, you can just club, Old City and New Baku City together. You can explore. So for Old Baku City, you can just keep 3.5 hours, so max 4 hours, and you can just walk around the streets of Old City and explore all the main places like Medintas, the Hammam, Shirvanshah Palace, and everything. The old city from 4th and 5th century, the charming historical places, the mosques, and everything that you explore, it's not just about that. There are plenty of cafes, shops that you can explore, and especially if you want to collect some souvenirs for yourself or to gift someone, this is the place. This old Baku city is actually called Icheri Shahar, meaning inner city. So right after this, you can straight away head to the new Baku city. That will definitely give you a feel of Dubai or even Paris sometimes. You just explore the new buildings and Hyder Aliyev Center, the funicular ride, go to the Highland Park and enjoy sunsets, go to Boulevard and enjoy Little Venetia and all the major places that is there in Baku city. This funicular ride is really fun. It's a small, cute little train. You just go to the Highland Park. It just costs 1 manat, 50 rupees ticket per person, but you get to enjoy a nice ride. And then once you reach to the Highland Park, you get to see Flame Towers very closely, and sunset is a fantastic time to be there. But yeah, if you have time, one more day in your hand, you can always plan, you can cover one day, whole of Old City, and another day to explore New Baku City. Since we had only 1 day of time to cover the entire Old and New Baku City, but we made sure that we go back to Old City again once in the evening just to enjoy how it looks in the dark when the lights are on and how's the vibe of the place. When you are planning and enjoying all these 4 or 5 days of power-packed activities and things to do and things to explore, don't forget to enjoy the nightlife in Baku, especially Nizami Street. That's the reason I say that you must plan and stay somewhere near Nizami Street, so it's absolutely safe towards the night. So even if it's late in the night, no need to worry. If you are alone or with your family or with your friends, you can always hang out, just go in a cafe and enjoy shisha, or just sit and relax, enjoy some good music in a cafe or a restaurant or a pub, maybe if you're a pub person. But yeah, there are plenty of options and nightlife to enjoy in Baku. Finally, number 6. Coming to the total cost. We all know, we have been hearing that Azerbaijan is super cheap to plan, but is it really cheap? Let's dig into it. So, coming to the package, number 1, as just discussed, right? This flight is the maximum amount of the expense, probably that's the major account. So for us, 2 of us, the flight cost was total 85k. And then we got the complete land pack, including hotel and complimentary breakfast, and then all the packages. So day 1, 2, 3, 4, wherever you go, and our driver and cab, everything combined, it cost us around 80k including visa. And after that, so when your flight and the land package is done, so most of the things are got covered. Now the thing that comes in is your local expenses. So you need to collect a SIM, and then your dinner or whatever local food you want to have, and then your shopping. That's of course up to you how much you want to spend. But we would say for a family of 2, you can just think about 20 to 25k. So to sum up everything, it's for 2 person for a 5-day trip to Azerbaijan, expect around 2 lakhs. Finally, before we wrap up, here are some insider hacks for you. So when you are visiting Azerbaijan, you must carry some local currencies. So what we suggest, we did, we collected some USDs, or maybe you can have some euros if you have $100 or 100 euros with you. And then if you convert it in Azerbaijan, you always get better rates with these strong currencies. Currency of Azerbaijan is Azerbaijani manat, and 1 manat is 50 INRs. If you are planning to explore Azerbaijan all by yourself, then the thing you must need to rely on is local transport. And to transport locally, there's a very good app which is Bolt, an Uber-like application. You can just install in your mobile and start using it. But be aware of a lot of scams when you try to book local taxis. They usually charge insane amounts looking at, knowing that you're a tourist. Now, if you're planning there all alone, like not a group or not any agent, you must need a local SIM, right? So there's Azarcell, there is Buckcell. Azarcell provides good connectivity and it costs like somewhere around 2.5k in INR. I hope this video was helpful for you and now you are in a position to plan your Azerbaijan trip all alone. And if you still have any more questions, feel free to ping us, drop us a comment. We are available in Instagram and Facebook as well. Keep following us and supporting us. Your support really matters for small channels like us. Do connect with us in Instagram and Facebook for more live updates. I think that's all for now. I have pretty much covered everything. And okay, bye-bye. Take care. Happy traveling.